Hey guys, welcome back. Taylor here with the tradinganalyst.com, and I found something very intriguing on the TLT bond chart, and I think it's going to really help you out. So, if you haven't been watching my videos, you know, if you have been watching my videos, you know that I've been calling for a downside move in TLT bonds ever since it hit this resistance up here. It went from about 149 all the way down to 135. I sent out an alert to my subscribers. They profited, and for those of you that watched the video, hopefully you caught that trade as well. But now I'm seeing something even more interesting. First and foremost, I do think that ultimately TLT and bonds will head even lower than where they're at, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Okay, so each time we have come up to this resistance, all right, I'm just going to delete this. I want to make this as clean as possible, but you see these three peaks here, there, right here, and again, right there, all right? So what we have here, I'm going to use these Fibonacci retracement levels, and I'm going to show you. First, I want to put out a little disclaimer. I don't think that using Fibonacci retracement tools blindly without testing them on the specific instrument that you are trading is very wise, okay? So I don't think it's wise to just go and use this, what I'm teaching you here, and go try to use it on Apple stock, for example, or gold, okay? Because each instrument behaves differently, okay? So everything that I use for bonds isn't necessarily applicable to other instruments. I just want to throw that out there. But right here, Fibonacci retracement levels, all right? So this is the start of the move down here, all right? You can see you can draw the Fibonacci retracement level right there from that low to this peak right there. All right, and you can see the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level is right where we bounced at, right there. Okay, boom, Fibonacci retracement level 38.2 is where we bounced at before peaking and then heading much lower. All right, I'm going to delete that now. All right, then for this peak right here, this move started down here at this low, so we're going to draw it from this low to this peak right there. Okay, and what do you know? It came down to that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level right here and got one last bounce before heading even lower. All right? So I'm going to delete this now just to clean it up. Otherwise we'll have a bunch of Fibonacci's all over this chart. So this move right here, this peak right here, started right about here from this major low. We're going to draw it from that low right up here, right about there. Okay, and as you can see, a very small, this is the weekly chart, by the way, okay, the weekly chart, and it came down and just barely hit that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level before getting a little bounce and then heading lower, all right? So that is what we've seen the last three times we have hit this resistance up here, okay? Again, the last three times we've hit this resistance up here, okay? Boom, boom, boom. And each of the three prior times has behaved very similarly, okay? And this time, I don't think will be any different because we clearly got rejected at this retracement, at this resistance, just like we did here, here, and here. So far, we cannot tell the future. We do not know if it will behave exactly like these other three times, but so far, it is, okay? And all we can do is play with the probabilities. All right, so now I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to draw the Fibonacci retracement level, move my face out of the way a little bit, from this major low. This is where the run started, right here, to this major low. Okay, didn't want to do it. There we go. Okay, major low to that high right there, And as you can see, just recently, that's exactly where we hit that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, right around 135. And as you can see, we're already $3 higher. All right. So each of these 3 prior times that we've hit this resistance up here, we've come down to that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, gotten a little bounce, and then headed lower. Now I'm going to get even more specific with the exact bounce level. Okay, we've come up each time when we've gotten that bounce at the 38.2, it has come up and retraced back up to a familiar Fibonacci retracement level. So for this level, we're going to draw it from the high here to where it bounced at that 38.2 down here. Okay? And as you can see right here, this is the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. It broke just a little bit over that, so between the 50% and the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. Now again, if you're not familiar with Fibonacci retracement levels, it works the opposite from the top to the bottom. So down here, we drew it from here to up there, it gives us the 38.2. But when we're drawing it in reverse, we're starting in reverse. We draw it from the high to the low, and then you get your Fibonacci retracement levels. Okay, so we came down here and we got rejected right around here. You can also draw a little downtrend line too, right there. High, lower high, lower high. So we came into that rejection point as well as, or that resistance, that downtrend line, as well as about the 50% to the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. All right. Now, for this next one, we came up here. This was that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. Got a bounce, and let's see where we got rejected at. Let's draw it from this high to this low right here. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but right here between the 50% and the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level is right where we got rejected before heading lower. Okay? Now I'm going to delete that and do this one. All right, so this one, drawing it from the high here. Remember that little bounce right there. Okay, and this one, you can see the high came up right here, just past the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, between the 50% and the 61.8. All right, and if you kind of zoom in, so I'm going to zoom into here because there is a little downtrend line for this one. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in to about, what is that, 3 years of action? Is that going to catch it? Nope. 4 years. Okay, here we go. So that is that same area here at the end of 2016, is that same area I was just talking about. Okay, and as you can see, it came up right to that downtrend line, as well as the Fibonacci retracement level. So I'll draw it just so we have a zoomed in view. Right here, boom, and it came into that downtrend line as well as the just below the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. Okay, so I hope that you're seeing a trend here. All right, bounce at the 38.2 and then come up and retrace between the 50% and the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. And if there is a downtrend, it gets rejected right around there. So now I'm going to go, oh, I don't need to see that yet because I want to draw it for you. Okay, so I'm going to move my face out of the way. And this is the most recent action, okay? We're at 137.69. This is the last price, okay? So this is the most recent action. We got rejected at that major resistance level that I told you about. And this was right here, just like I mentioned earlier in the video, this was that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, okay? So we're going to draw the Fibonacci retracement level from this major high right there to that major low right there, and you can see the 50% is right around here, 61.8 is right around here. Now let's see if we can draw a downtrend line and see if that matches up with anything. Okay, so we've got this high here is a little bit lower, and then we've got those highs right there. Okay, extending it right there, and you can see the downtrend line, coincidentally, just like all of the other times, matches up perfectly with the just between the 50% and the 61.8. So between these two levels is where that downtrend line is, where literally every other time this has happened, we've gotten rejected right around that level. Okay? So the point of this video is to say that if we head up to about 142, okay, 142 to 144 is a short zone, a reshort zone for TLT. It does look like it can get a bounce. We had 1, 2, 3 closes over the previous day's high right here. That has not happened. Yeah, that hasn't happened since we had this run up here. So I definitely think we could get some kind of a bounce. And if we do, to me, it is a shorting opportunity. The trend is very much so over. Okay, we had this huge run over the last year. Okay, over the last year, we've had this huge run. All right. In my opinion, the run is over, and it's now time to short TLT. Okay. We got short up here at about 148, and we've sold part of our puts, longer dated puts, for a very nice profit down here. We're still hanging on to some longer term puts, but if we come back up again to this level right here, I think it's a great shorting opportunity. I think the risk that you can use should be a close over about 144. Okay, and 144. A close over 144 to me would invalidate this theory, at least in the short term. Now, if we closed over 144 and then closed back under, to me that would be a signal to again short. But just to keep the risk tight, closing over 144 would be the risk. I think a minimum target is shorting, around 142 to 143, and then targeting these lows near about 135 for that first target. And ultimately, I do think it heads even lower than that. Each of these other times, that we have, let me remove this, that we've hit this resistance up here. Okay, we've hit this resistance. Each of these other times, we've had ultimately as low as the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. Okay, I'll draw that for you right now. All right, so here we are, Fibonacci retracement level from this, when the run started there to the top of the run right here. Remember, we bounced at that 38.2 fib and then got rejected, and then look at where the downtrend run stopped, right around that 61.8. Okay, so it broke that low and headed much lower, 61.8. All right, move that. Then I'm going to draw it from down here. This run started there, ended about right there. What do you know? It got that first bounce at 38.2, bounce up here, and then ultimately headed down to the 61.8. And what do you know? It got a nice bounce from there. All right. The next thing we're looking at is, this run right here. Now this one is a little bit different. Okay, this one's a little bit different. Okay, it ended up breaking well below the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. Well below, all the way down to back to this low. Right there. All right? And bounced right there. Okay? So that is a difference. But the point is that it at least hit the 61.8. This one didn't bounce at the 61.8. it headed even lower. Okay? Here, move my face out of the way. Here's the run where it started right there. Peaked right here, and you can see the 61.8 is down here at about 126. Okay, 126 is where that 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level is. So, if TLT is going to do what it's done every other time it's hit this level, okay, and not much has changed in the market since, or in bonds since all of these times. Okay, nothing has changed, and right now we're acting very similarly to each of these other times that we hit this level. Okay, so ultimately, I think that we're going to head much lower on TLT. Targets would be 135, 130 is that 50% Fibonacci retracement level, and then ultimately 126. Again, this is a long-term play here. Okay, so I'm not looking to buy weekly options or anything like that. I'm looking to buy options that expire many months from now. And something that I do too is when I'm trading options is when a first target is hit, I'll roll out to even further dated options so I can keep holding those options and not worry about theta kind of working against me. Okay, so those are my thoughts on TLT. I really hope that you've not only paid attention, but that this video is going to help you out a lot. All right. So if you don't already know, I have a membership trade alert service here at thetradinganalyst.com where I share real-time trading alerts, like the one I talked to you about earlier in this video about our TLT short. That was a very nice profitable trade for myself and members. So all of these trades here are sent out to members in real time via text message. What you're looking at right now is the Trading Analyst Portfolio Tracker. There's a section of it where we have all of our open positions. I can't show that to you now. That is only for subscribers, but these are all of our closed trades, alerts that we've done in the past, as early as just a few days ago. And as you can see, the overwhelming majority are winners. You can see the average winner is more than double the size of the average loss. All right? And just so you know, these are not day trades. These are swing trades. They last anywhere from 2 days to as much as 41 days, 30 days. Okay, so this is perfect for if you have a job and you can't be in front of the computer all day, or if you're a student, or if you're a stay-at-home parent, mom or dad, or anything else where you just want to have time to do other things and not stare in front of the screen or be in a chat room or anything like that. And these alerts are very profitable. Over the last about 18 months is how long we've been using this portfolio tracker. $317,000 in total profits. That's not an account value that is gained. This is actual profits by following all of the alerts that we send out to paying clients. And when you sign up and you join, you are going to be able to participate in these alerts as well and make money and put money in your pocket on a consistent basis. In addition to these alerts, you're going to get private member videos, an educational section, and a watch list that's going to help you prepare for these alerts ahead of time. In addition to that, again, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to get a open position list. It's going to list the positions, it's going to list the stop loss, and the targets. So you're going to know exactly what to expect for each trade. Before the trade happens, you're going to know what we're looking for. And then while the trade is open, you're going to know where we're looking to stop out if it is a loser, or where we're looking to take profits on the target range. Okay? So it's a very hands-off trading alert service and something that the vast majority of our members are very satisfied, happy, and profitable. And I think that when you sign up and you join today, that will be no different. So I'd like to invite you to join right now. And as soon as you sign up, I'll start sending you alerts and get you rolling with the profits and the watch list and the videos and everything else. You also get access to me personally via the one-on-one live chat, as well as email and text messages that I reply to as well. So I hope that you make that decision to join, and I look forward to helping you grow your account on a consistent basis. I'll see you in there.